shirt off. Take your shirt off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Shirtless Plantain Show. Do we look like CNN to you? We ain't got no news for you. Here's some classic games. Yo, so let's start with the classic games. The first game was United and Juventus, which ended up 3-2, United winning. Inzaghi scored 2 goals in like 10 minutes, something like that. And then Keane scored, then York scored, then Cole scored, and the rest is history. And we know United won the treble, the only English team to do so. Haha. So, my friends, you guys take this away and tell us what your thoughts are about this game.
Well, first of all, I think any man that goes to Turin and goes up against Zidane, Davids, and Deschamps on his Jack Jones, because he had no help, let's be honest. Nicky Butt, was absolutely world class and, dominated people for fun, clearly. But any man that goes there on his own and tells them, look, mate, I'm Irish, and then proceeds to beat the living dog crap out of them for a whole 90 minutes, to me, he has my respect forever, period, On top of that, if you ever want to think of a game that tells you exactly what Sir Alexis Ferguson legacy was at United, it was that game, because back against the wall, against all odds, they found a way. That was Fergie, and that was United's Fergie. They found, regardless of whatever the circumstances were, they found a way. Now you can talk about this, the details of it, whether they were paying off refs or Fergie time or whatnot. But all I'm saying is they found a way, and that day they found a way through Roy Keane. So that's my takeaway from that game.
Oh man. Man, I think the part that doesn't get remembered enough, like, you guys are going to think this is a hot take, but I would like you guys to react to this because I've been thinking this for like 15 years now. I feel like Nicky Butt doesn't get enough credit for his performance that night.
No. We're not going to do this today.
Not in my house. No. Not today.
Say no, argue your point.
No.
Nicky Butt was there the whole night. He was there like a body of a human on the field. He was there. Facts. But anyway, Roy Keane is a son of a bitch. He is just that. I mean, he's that guy, man. Like, the nigga basically, don't forget, these Juventus niggas were doped up. They were on that shit. And Roy Keane was like, fuck y'all. And he smacked the shit out of them like an Irish Thanos. So, shout out that nigga, man. Yeah. Shout out Roy Keane. Fuck United, but shout out Roy Keane.
We could talk about the where are they now, and it starts like this. Zidane and Conte are bald, and that's really it. So anyway, let's talk about the second game, which is Netherlands, Argentina 98 World Cup. A lot of great players that was on display. And if I'm correct, Seedorf didn't go to this World Cup, did he?
I don't believe he did. I don't remember why, but it explains why the Netherlands didn't do shit in the end. Fantastic team, though.
Yeah. And that goal, Coach, just take it away. Just tell us. You're going to tell us. Just tell us.
First of all, moment of silence for Roberto Ayala's poor legs. Because there's no way he woke up that morning, there's no way he woke up that morning and thought, I'm going to be nutmegged in such a manner that I'm not going to know what's happened until I'm on the coach back to my hotel. The ball travelled 70 yards. And he still found a way to be nutmegged on the half volley. Can we just have 3 seconds of silence for those legs, please?
Yeah, it's just tragic.
And then now, Dennis Bergkamp.
Man, talk about... that goal is really the only reason to remember that game. But, just the lineups, man. Like, if you're talking about classic 90s football, just the lineups. Just think of the people Argentina brought to that World Cup. Claudio Lopez, Ortega, like Ayala, rest his soul after he got destroyed by Bergkamp. Like, and you know, the best thing about that goal, because let's just get back to the part that matters, that goal. The best thing about that goal is that he did the same exact goal for Arsenal as well. So if you were thinking it was a fluke, he did like the exact same thing against Leicester City on one random Tuesday night in Stoke, I guess. But, you know, it was against Leicester, though. It was against Leicester, though.
Yeah, I mean, so where are they now? Patrick Kluivert apparently is in Barcelona as the youth manager after like getting fired from Cameroon. So I guess that's his job now. Dennis Bergkamp still can't.
Sorry, I said Patrick Kluivert, a coach now? Really? That guy was an asshole.
See, though, for managers together. And Dennis Bergkamp still can't fly on planes. And Diego Simone is probably grabbing his nuts somewhere in quarantine. So that's really what they're up to now.
Welcome to the Meat Show.
The last game, I'm going to let these two guys take it away because they remember it. And it's Arsenal going to San Siro and deciding to smack up Inter Milan at 5-1. Also, Coach, tell them about the racismo from Bobo, aka Christian Vieri.
Well, to start the game off, let's just say, put it like this. Arsenal went there without Patrick Vieira and Gilberto Silva, from what I can remember. Yeah. No Patrick Vieira. Gilberto Silva started on the bench. So that tells you everything you need to know. And if you want to look at our subs bench, I mean, we had Jeremy Aliadia as our goal getter from the bench. So that's pretty much it. But the starting 11 was interesting. You had Edu and Ray Parlour starting in central midfield, and it was so funny because I remember that game specifically for the fact that we dominated the entire first half, right? And we went in 1-1. And I remember specifically, Henry's, we'll get to the goals, but I remember Henry's first goal isn't talked about as much. But what struck me in that first half is that Christian Vieri scored a deflected goal over Lehmann, and he didn't celebrate. Because he knew what was coming in the second half. He knew a storm was coming in that second half. It's almost like he's like, why did I have to go and score that? Now we really pissed him off. And then what happened? We absolutely pasted them. Now, Henry's goal against Zanetti was great. Absolutely great. But this is a testament to Zanetti as a footballer. He kept up with Henry. There's no defender in that period that should be able to keep up with Thierry Henry, and he did. He kept up with Henry and forced him onto his quote-unquote weaker left foot, but it didn't matter. Toldo had no chance. And then after that, it was the curtains just, it literally just, curtains came down for Inter. I mean, and you look at their team they had out on the day. Van der Maeda, both Zanetti's played, Materazzi, Fabio Cannavaro, Martins, Vieri. That's a great side. And they had no answer for Arsenal. They literally had no answer. It was a battering of the. It was just weird because Inter should not be losing 5-1 at home to anyone. And this Arsenal team was great, but they shouldn't be losing at home 5-1 to anyone. So, yeah.
Well, here's a little fun story. I mean, Coach told you all about the game, so you don't really need to hear much about that from me. But the funny thing for me is that Inter and Arsenal are the two teams I like the most in all of the world after Nigeria. Like, Inter and Arsenal are those two teams. And I remember dreading the day they would have to play each other. And that day came, and that was the day I knew for sure I was an Arsenal fan. That's what I remember about that game. I was like, okay, that did not hurt me at all. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. I'm an Arsenal fan. Let's go. I actually had both teams' jerseys that year. I had a Vieri jersey and a Thierry Henry jersey that year.
So where are they now? Vieri's probably somewhere racially abusing black women because that's what he did before. So, that's unfortunate. It's very...
Why I don't know?
Well, I don't think that's... Okay, all right. And then who else played that day? Obafemi Martins. Apparently he's still claimed that he's 30 years old, so he's somewhere in Lagos.
I mean, is he still playing in the MLS?
No, he's not.
No. Oh, thank God. Because I'll be like, I'd have to report him because I feel like, you've done enough now, man. You've done enough evil in the world.
Yeah. Obafemi Martins is somewhere in Lagos, in Lekki, doing backflips.
I mean, Ray Parlour is still out here, getting drunk. Every Friday, you got Sol Campbell. Big up Sol Campbell. He's doing his thing in the managerial world. Colo Toure is the assistant for Brendan Rodgers, I believe, at Leicester. Freddie Ljungberg, again, assistant at Arsenal. Yeah, shout out to them, man.
Yeah, so that's really it. We're gonna come back with more classical games for you guys though. So from us, we're out. You guys take it easy.
Take your shirt off.